So, thoughts on Valentine's Day, girls? Anyone? Just jump in, go for it. What do we think? Positive, negative? Like, do we love it? Do we hate it? Go for it.
I'm just thinking.
I feel like that silence.
That silence says it all.
I don't think Valentine's is the one for us. From what it seems, just from that singular, that wholehearted response of silence. I can vouch and say that I have celebrated anti-Valentine's Day, so I think that kind of says a lot about me. And honestly, I just think it's overrated. Honestly,
It's overrated.
Yeah.
Has anyone had any good Valentine's Day experiences?
I have I do have had I've celebrated 2 Valentine's Days with a partner.
Nice.
And they were really great. I have a funny story which I'll bring up later on, but yeah, we celebrated it more just because neither of us had ever celebrated it before, but both of us also thought that Valentine's Day was a bit of a shit holiday in the sense that it's just it is I mean, most Christmas you can say the same thing, but I think Christmas everyone really enjoys, but Valentine's Day just is making money out of people being in love or whatever, and I think it kind of encourages people to put in a lot of effort on this one day. And for me, you girls know, and I feel like a lot of people who see our content know that I love. It's my favorite thing in the world, and I just do not like Valentine's Day because I don't believe that it should all that effort should just be put in one day. I think we should normalize you're supposed to put in that level of effort throughout the year, not just for one special day, and you buy flowers, and it feels like it becomes an obligation rather than something you do because you love someone.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take the opportunity to sort of take advantage of the Valentine's deals that you get on chocolate and prosecco and spa days, which I mean we can't do right now, but I would definitely go for those things and go all in full cheese on Valentine's Day if you have to. But I do agree with you, you should show love to people and the people you love every single day, not just one day. And sorry Phoebe, I cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna chime in and say that I've never experienced Valentine's Day with a partner, but I feel like society places a lot of pressure on the man to come up with a lot of romancing and planning the date and booking the table at a restaurant or something. And so I think it can be a lot of stress for the guy. I hear a lot of stories of restaurants being fully booked up on Valentine's Day, so it's really hard to get a booking, and if you don't plan a lot in advance, then all of the good places are taken up. So I feel that adds even more stress to the day, because it's then you have to plan a lot of time ahead, and it's just I don't see how it would be enjoyable if all you're doing is stressing and anticipating for this one day.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I celebrated Valentine's for the first time last year, and I remember the idea of celebrating Valentine's Day, and I was is it necessary for the guy to have to plan everything? I'm very sure I was the one who planned the Valentine's Day stuff, because I was just
you.
Fuck gender roles, you can I really enjoy planning, so I was just I'm just gonna plan.
Yeah, I think Valentine's Day meals are mad expensive. So I'll bring up the story now because segue. So my first Valentine's Day, that was in I think it might have been 2017 or 2018, and yeah, it was my first real proper relationship where I was madly in love. And we were we both never celebrated Valentine's Day. We both don't really like it, but because we have it, let's go all out. Let's do what couples do. So we booked a restaurant. So this was when I was at uni in Liverpool, and we booked this really lovely restaurant. And most, I think most restaurants on Valentine's Day do set menus. That's why they make so much money, because it's so expensive, and it gives you a 3-course meal and a bottle of prosecco. We're sick, this is cool, this is a bit spenny, but you know what, memories, lol. So we go to this restaurant, we like dress up, like I got a new top and everything, and
Nice.
the food was delicious. Like, I get like why it's expensive, but this whole free bottle of prosecco thing, I am not a big fan of prosecco. I can't do bubbles. Like, for a long time in my life, like I couldn't burp. Like, I don't know how people just like you know what I mean? Like,
The way I do, like constantly.
yeah, exactly the way you do. I just don't get it. I'm just like
Yeah.
and so like, don't do bubbles. And so we had this bottle of prosecco, and I was like, God damn, like I don't think I can drink this. But at the same time, like my ex, well, my boyfriend at the time, he couldn't just drink it all on his own. Otherwise, like I'd be sober and he'd be like completely pissed.
Smashed.
So we were like,
Yeah.
we were like, no, just drink it. So I was like forcing this prosecco down me, and then all of a sudden, like after dessert, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, no, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. I was like, no, I won't be fine. And then as soon as I said that, I like ran to the toilet and I just projectile vomited the entire meal out. Yeah, on my first
Romance.
That is romance. Spent a shit ton of money to just throw it all back up again. But what I said when I got back was, hey, at least I got to experience a meal twice, in and out. But yeah,
Yeah.
That's one way of putting it.
Oh my
Definitely one way of
goodness.
putting it. Oh damn,
Yeah.
Prosecco is dangerous. I go a bit Prosecco. So I think I'll leave the Prosecco out if I go for a meal, or like a Valentine's Day meal, which I don't think is gonna happen this year. But pre-COVID, if I were in a relationship, I would have wanted to like do something cheesy and just go all out and go crazy and do just, I think, just to make fun of it, in a way, because I think it's just really funny to just, I don't know, to have some fun with it, I guess.
Yeah,
I would definitely like to experience that cheesy, all-out
Yeah.
Valentine's Day where you go dress up and go to a fancy restaurant and have like the chocolate that comes in like
In
those
a heart.
heart-shaped boxes, or those like bouquet of roses, which are like fancy like flower shop where they're organized and stuff. I would like to experience that once.
That's another thing about Valentine's. Like, I feel like Valentine's is about, you know, sharing love, but most of the time it's like couples. But what about like people that you just love and appreciate, like your family, your friends,
Yeah.
people like that kind of thing? That's why I don't know. I'm the type of person who likes to spend Valentine's single and make the most of like Valentine's deals. You should be able to celebrate and you know appreciate love and stuff like that by yourself. Like, I think it's fine. I'm happily single, and like I think that like you can you can do a lot of things on yourself, like being able to take yourself out for a meal, being able to go visit stuff for you, like museums, exhibitions, whatnot,
100%.
and or just taking yourself out to watch a film. Like, I think these things need to be normalized. They have obviously gotten better over the years, but I think it's something that like people should value for themselves. Like, I think it's okay to have me time and to be able to take yourself out on a date. It's like one of the best things ever once you overcome that fear of, hey, this is a bit weird to be able to go out on a date by myself. But it is actually not as weird as you make it out
It's
to be.
not. No, when I see people like in restaurants, well, pre-COVID world, when I saw people out in restaurants eating alone, I'd be like, they're so cool. They're just enjoying a meal by themselves. They're just having the time of their lives with a glass of wine. I'm like, I want to be that person. Or when like I'd see people go to cinemas by themselves, I used to think that it was really just an awkward thing to do, because even if you're sitting in a dark room watching a film, it's still a social activity for some reason. But I was like, it makes more sense going to movies by yourself, because you're just watching like a film. You're not talking or anything. But I would love to do that, like go on a date by myself and just take myself to watch a film.
Yeah,
It'd be so cool.
It's
Yeah,
so
I think
fun.
I think it's super important that you have a good relationship with yourself, and like you said, Sophia, it isn't normalized. I think life and like media, everything around you, like people always kind of push on you that like it's great to be in a relationship, and being in a relationship is kind of like what you should aim for eventually. Like, you know, you want to get married, you want to have children, and we're never really taught at all that it's important that you have a healthy and good relationship with yourself where you feel comfortable to be on your own. And I think we should be able to take ourselves on dates, and like in the same way that you would date a person, you should date yourself. Like go on a date with yourself, like take yourself out on a walk, or like after COVID is done, like go out, like you said, go to the cinema by yourself, and like go have a meal by yourself. Because if we, I mean, it's a very like cliche saying, isn't it, that where you can't love someone else until you love yourself. And I think that is definitely a lesson that I really learned for myself in the past year of being single, that like that was one of the reasons why I wanted to be single. I had a very, very, very negative relationship with myself, and it meant that like I was very reliant on other people to make me feel good about myself and to love myself, and it shouldn't be like that. So it's really, really important that like on this Valentine's Day, if you don't already have like a good relationship with yourself, it's 2021, it's a new year, you use Valentine's Day as your first date with yourself. And like even if you're just staying at home, like maybe in the morning go for a walk if the weather is nice, and then like plan all your favorite things and just do it, and it's you will feel great by the end of the night.
And make a habit out of it as well. Do it every Saturday, every other day or something, so that it's not just you showing yourself love on Valentine's Day, but it's something that you will constantly do.
Exactly.
And I think that will just continue on as a pattern. And like you said, Jem, like once you do feel like you have a better relationship with yourself, then you can move on to loving someone else, or finding that person who would, you know, reciprocate that love that you've even shown yourself and to that person too.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.